Hello and welcome to the Playful Engineer. Today in this little bit of, well, the first craft segment we're going to have, I'm going to be doing a repair. So I got this really cool oil tank online from a used toy train site, and it came broken. I don't know if it broke in transit or what, but basically you'll see if I lift it up, one of the pieces doesn't come with me. So this is a really easy fix. I'm not really upset about it in any way, shape, or form. What you're going to need is obviously the toy, a little bit of wood glue. So over here I have some Gorilla Glue, and some type of sanding surface. So this is from an orbital sander. You probably want to have some, actual sandpaper like to use with a block or something like that. But in this case, this is just what I had. Here, my shop is in our basement. I didn't feel like going down to the basement. So I have this. I need some type of clamp. This clamp is really big. I have a whole bunch of smaller ones, but again, I just didn't feel like going down in the basement. So I think this will be totally sufficient. It is massive compared to the toy, but it'll do its job. So we check this out. We can see that basically at some point, some type of glue was applied here. And we want to make sure that right now, if I run my finger over it, it's really not that smooth. So I want to make sure that that's smoothed out. The same is going to be true on this interior piece. So I'm going to sand this. So I'm just going to take my sandpaper, bend it as best I can, and then gently run it on the inside. You don't need to go too crazy. You just want to smooth it out a little bit so the glue will bond better. And we want to remove any old glue that might be there. And again, we don't have to go too crazy. Just enough. Already feels a ton better. We don't want to remove any of the paint. If we did, no big deal. A little bit of white acrylic. Just until it's a little bit smoother to the touch. You can see the old glue's coming off pretty easily. Alright, that's enough. Blow off any dust. So we're going to take this section here and we're going to put a bead of glue. Right, and you can see this bead, and I'm going to smear it across the entire surface. Right, that's probably a little too much. That's okay, we like glue. Glue's our friend. Okay, and then we're going to bond these two sections together. It's not a perfect fit, which is probably why this originally came undone. There's the tiniest bit of a gap over there. That's okay. Now I'm going to try and line it up. There we go. So it's nice and lined up. Check it at a couple of different angles. And then I'm going to set my clamp. And so you can see, kind of, there we go, that it's aligned and there's a little bit of glue that has squeezed out. So I'm going to clean that glue that's squeezed out. Right? You can see the bottoms are now kind of aligned. Right? And I'm going to clean that little bead, that little bit of glue. And I have just a little bit, I'm a little unaligned. Look over here. You can see that there's the tiniest section unpainted. I could freak out about this. Instead, I'm just going to apply a minor amount of acrylic, which will also help kind of hold it together. You don't want to rely on the acrylic as an adhesive, but it'll seal it up just a little bit more. So I'm going to do that. Okay, as you can see over here, there's a section where it doesn't exactly line up. So what I did is I went and got this, which is just white acrylic paint. I have it around for various crafts. And I have a fine tipped brush. I'm gonna just dip it in, just so there's a little bit of paint. And we start going over that spot. And, we just want to cover it. Doesn't need to be perfect. Our goal here is not to take away the age and patina that's occurred on the piece, because it's cool and it gives it a sense of history. It's just to cover up the repair we did, really, so that the repair itself is less obvious. That's all it is. Just some quick strokes. So now you can see that entire area is nice and covered. Okay, I allowed the oil tank to sit in the vise overnight, and let's check what the results are. So we're gonna let it loose. And come out, and there you go. I'm gonna drop it a couple of times to see that it doesn't pop off. It's nice and stable. Probably about as stable as it ever was. Oh yeah, I had a moment and I was like, which one is the one that we went and repaired? And it's this one right here, and you can see it's not coming off. So we'll go ahead and put it back in its car. Thanks for watching The Playful Engineer. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it informative, if you want to see more related to working on wooden trains, whether it's building train tables or building entirely new trains from scratch or just repairing trains across the gamut, then like and subscribe and leave comments. Thanks so much.